And
Yep.
so, and tariff thing, I mean, that's just adding additional cost to manufacturers, which is going to
Hmm.
raise prices, which in fact raises inflation. And so it has a big effect with it. So there's a lot of factors.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. So interest rates are still, and I hear a lot of people talk, a lot of lenders actually. I haven't heard you say this, but I've heard other lenders talk about like, well, historically rates are just not that high. And you go back to, I don't know, like the 80s, mid 70s and 80s where you had double digit interest rates. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's true, but you have to take into account the affordability in that. And there's three things that really, well, really two things that affect affordability. One is going to be your monthly payment, right? Your house
Hmm.
payment. And
Hmm.
then two is going to be your income,
Right.
right? I mean, my monthly payment could be $10,000 a month, but if I'm making over $1 million a year, then it's affordable, right? It's not that
Correct.
big of a deal. But
Hmm.
if my income isn't really that high, but my payments are high, right? That's affordability. And that's where you go back to like the 80s and the ratio between house prices and people's salary was like a 4-to-1 ratio.
Mm.
And in today's world, we're talking like a 6, 7, sometimes an 8-to-1 ratio between somebody's salary and the purchase price of a home. Like there's a much greater delta between what people make and what they're buying today, which is why interest rates make a bigger difference today than it did in the 80s.